Okay, so we are doing a couple small things in the car right now. Adjustable lower control arms. Reason for doing that, the lower control arms, I don't know if you'll be able to see with it kind of jacked. Yeah, you can. You can see how the back tire is pushed back. And that's because with the car being low, that lower control arm needs to be kind of flat in connection with the rear end. And in the stock hole, it sits more like up here, which is okay. It keeps the rear end, you know, tucked up front, but then you drop that control arm down and it pushes the rear end back. So the fix to that is these. So that'll fix the wheel gap situation. And then we're going to roll the fenders because this car's quarter panel lip is still like factory. So that needs to be rolled, not only to clear these 315s, but especially these. So I don't want these getting touched at all and clearance the quarter panel there. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to swap out brakes, roll quarter panels, swap out lower control arms. If I am able to, I will get to the front and we will replace the rack. But for now, this is what we're going to do. All right, so the last clip you saw there was me rolling the fenders on this thing, and it's been a couple days since I did that, but you could see the paint decided it wanted to chip. Is what it is. Anyways, got them rolled. These tires fit nice and have clearance, so that's good. I've driven it a couple times on these things, and these things, yeah, they hook a lot better. So I can actually put the power down instead of just spinning all the time. So got those on. You probably noticed this little sheet of cardboard. And the car has some issue. So it's something to do with power steering fluid is what it is. Now there's a couple things it could be, and I haven't gotten it jacked up yet to check. I don't think it's the lines themselves because the lines are back on this side, unless it's just like spraying enough to where it's pushing fluid alongside the rack and then it's dripping off. If that's the case, then I can just tighten those up and then we'll be good to go. I did find the leak, and it was in fact the lower fitting on these for the F-body rack is a, if it'll focus, you can see the O-ring there. That's a new one, but this is what was in there. So I would say the old O-ring, or the one that came with this fitting, just wasn't right. It needs to be proud of that shoulder, and this replacement one is. So I'll get this thing back in there, get this dude torqued up, line back on. That should fix the leak.
We run the cars, which is what we should do. Right?
I think so. First time this thing has been on the lift since a few years back when I messed my back up. So
that point was all. I'll shut up.
now that's not freaking crazy.
Hold up, that's good. I was kind of worried about that.
All those?
Yeah.
No, I goofy goobered the crap out of those things. I'm not worried about that. Power steering wheel, okay, I have some belt material on here.
What is that?
That's some belt material.
Oh, probably from that one that we chucked.
Yeah, look at that starter. That starter thick. Okay, you got your fancy driv shaft bolts, but you can see there's an air gap. That's not supposed to be. That's hard to get there.
Can you not get it?
You can see the shot. Look at that bolt there. It's worse. Oh my! How in the world didn't you chuck a drive shaft on this thing?
I will say though, this isn't the first time they've been loose when I've gotten under here.
Spraying some axle grease back here.
No, that was the one I broke. Isn't it? Yeah.
Are you sure? That one looks like it's got some stuff on it.
That one looks like it may be ripped.
I think this entire back end's just begging for mercy, I think, at this point.
Hold on, is this thing even... It is.
I love how there's grease splattered on the muffler.
That sucks. And it's literally burning off. I'm like, what's that smell? It's burning off. Did it rip somewhere?
It might have torn somewhere.
Oh, yeah, right there.
Did it? Oh, it did, yeah. If you didn't... 05 Impreza axle. Holding all that power. This is our homemade drive shaft.
Doing well.
Which actually is perfectly fine. Alex, why is there a bolt in there?
Where?
You have bolts in here. Why is there a bolt there? I was gonna reuse it. Oh my goodness, that's insane. So yeah, this is this constitutes the LSA swap on this thing. The white pipe, all that fancy stuff. This is actually a cat, and that cat is got some color in it. That cat's got some color in it, man.
Heat. That's what I said.
Noise. So that's the fancy header there. The slip fit collector. Good lord, that thing is in there snug, dude. The stinking steering shaft in between there.
Yeah.
Shoo, buddy. All right, so what time is it now? Dude, the amount of stuff on this car is nuts.
It's crazy to see it up like this.
It is crazy. And cheap eBay clutch holding on for dear life.
It does.
But it does. It's not even putting down the power.
It does.
It's not even putting down the power yet.
Spin rubber. That's crazy.
That is crazy, dude. Yeah, so the cooling setup on this thing's fairly simple.
Is what I call
Hilarious.
Oh God, it's literally a thread.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm very surprised that.
I told you I felt vibration.
I mean, I believe you. I didn't
like,
ever.
and what was funny was I felt it at 30 miles an hour.
But how long? How?
Think about that. I only felt it at 30 miles an hour. That's how we got that balance perfectly.
Like how? Nice. The dinosaur. That's pretty crazy to see that thing up there. Yeah, and what's crazy about that car is this car literally is what started all this stuff. And so to see it up there is pretty surreal. To see her up there and to actually get up underneath it and look at everything that you've done on your back. The amount of time we put into this thing is insane. Long weekends, and we did that for months. And many times it seemed like it was like never ending.
Not doing anything.
Yeah, you were doing all the small stuff that this thing was like not a bare shell, but it was pretty close to being one. So that's pretty sweet. So, okay, so we can run to Menards and get bolts for that.
Isn't that
So
hilarious?
yeah, that's nuts. Alrighty. So we ended up getting the bolts replaced on my brother's car, and then we went to the car show last weekend, and that was fun. I need to get better about taking video with that stuff, because when we got back here to the shop, he was pumped apparently and wanted to do a burnout and blew the rear end in his car again. So I need to be better about that, but the Firebird did good. No more leaks within regards to the power steering. There is another leak coming from the transmission, but whatever. Yeah, so hope you guys like this video. I know it's blotchy again. I'm trying my best to get better about, you know, taking video and everything like that. So hope you guys like the video. I will see you guys next time.